Most people imagine monk life as peaceful, simple, and quiet. And in many ways, that's exactly what it was for me. But something I didn't expect was how much it would teach me about authority, about the moment when listening to others slowly pulls you away from yourself. During my time as a monk, there were two very strong authority figures in my life. One was my chosen teacher. From the very beginning, he would gently remind me again and again and again and again, however many times it took, that no matter who stood in front of me, including him, my relationship with my inner authority mattered most. And wonderfully, that relationship did become an anchor for me. It taught me how to choose for myself, even when things felt uncertain, how to listen inwardly in the middle of confusion, and how to trust something so quiet and steady inside of myself, even when the outer world felt loud, confused, and confrontational. The other authority figure had a very different presence in my life. This person openly questioned my choice of a teacher, as well as many of my other choices along the way. At first, I was often angered by this individual, and maybe more truthfully, I was deeply confused. I didn't understand how two people inside the same spiritual world could see things so differently. And without realizing it, I started turning outward, trying to make sense of myself through someone else's approval. I worked harder, tried to do everything right, tried to prove my devotion. I tried to make choices land well so that I would be praised, I would be seen. And no matter what I did, the approval never came. The more I tried, the tighter I felt in my chest. The angrier I became, the more exhausted I was. Relief didn't come in a dramatic moment for me. It came quietly when I stopped trying, when I finally stopped fighting. And when I stopped needing everyone to see my path the same way that I did, I let myself follow my inner intelligence, even if it didn't look clean or polished, even if others disagreed, even if it made other people uncomfortable. I allowed others to be what they needed to be for their own journey without making their opinions define mine. And slowly, something softened. That moment, more than anything else, is what eventually led me to leave my monk life. Not because it wasn't working for me, but because I no longer needed a structure to validate what I already knew. This is why this theme lives so deeply in my work today. So many women I meet are trying to do everything right, yet feel tense, frustrated, and quietly disconnected inside. Not because they're broken or there's something wrong with them, but because they've learned to listen outward before listening inward. If my years as a monk taught me anything, it's this: peace doesn't come from being approved of. It comes from being in relationship with your inner intelligence and having the courage to stay there with yourself, even when others don't understand. So I invite you today and for the rest of the week to begin to notice, when are you foregoing your own inner voice for the approval of the outside? Beginning to recognize this and make different shifts can do amazing things in your life. And I invite you to join me in beginning to listen to your own inner intelligence. Until next time, guys.